The three men charged in the murder of Bardstown mother Crystal Rogers are expected in court in the next hour. That includes Crystal's former boyfriend Brooks Houck, Steve Lawson, and his son Joseph Lawson. Houck is charged with complicity to murder and tampering with physical evidence. The Lawsons both charged with conspiracy to commit murder and tampering with physical evidence. Today's hearing could take some time with a number of requests on the table from these defendants. Our Shay McAllister's in Nelson County with what's expected. Hey, Shay.
Well, Brooke, it certainly could be a long hearing. It could be a quick hearing. We won't know until we get in that courtroom at 1 o'clock today. Here's what's on the table. Let's start with Brooks Houck. His attorney was the first one to ask for a change of venue. He listed a lot of reasons here. None will be a surprise to you. Tons of media coverage in Louisville and Lexington, billboards, yard signs, stickers on the backs of cars. He says here in Nelson County, there's just no way his defendant, Brooks Houck, is going to get a fair trial. Instead, he wants this moved over to Davis County or Boyd County, where he says people are less likely to know about what's going on here. His attorney is also objecting to the trials being combined. The prosecution is saying, for ease, let's just do one trial, all three defendants. Brooks' attorney is saying no. He was saying that most of the evidence in this case is coming from the different interrogations of Joseph and Steve Lawson. They believe those interrogations were done with coercive investigative techniques, and they are trying to get through that now. There also is Joseph Lawson. He's asking for all of the witness and expert testimony to come out. And then we have Steve Lawson, who wants his charges to be dismissed. Certainly a lot to get to today, Brooke. We'll be posting live updates on our website, WHAS11.com.
Thank you so much for that coverage. And again, we will have the latest beginning at 4, 5, and 6. Now is also a great time to refresh yourself on our Bardstown podcast ahead of an all-new 5 episodes. Shay details the biggest developments in the Crystal Rogers case over the last year. You can listen in starting Tuesday, March 26th, anywhere you find podcasts. Papa John's president and CEO Rob Lynch has resigned for another CEO position. His last day was Wednesday, but they said he will stay on in an advisory role through next month. The board appointed its current CFO as interim effective today. This comes at the same time former NBA star Shaquille O'Neal is finishing out his 5 years on the board of directors with no plans to seek re-election. In a statement, Lynch said, "This was an incredibly difficult decision for me as I see all of the upside potential that exists for this great company. That being said, I feel good about this decision, knowing that Papa John's is very well positioned for both the short and long term." Indiana State Police are looking into how former Clark County Sheriff in Indiana, Jamie Knoll, paid the college tuition for 2 of his daughters. Police claim Knoll used funds from his fire and EMS companies to send his kids to school without ever reimbursing the department. In a new search warrant, police said he sent a combined $92,000 to Indiana University and its associated campuses for his daughters, Josie and Gracie. Police searched the PayPal and Venmo records of all 5 family members and say a total of $97,000 was spent through New Chapel Fire and EMS. They said it's unclear if the family is still using those cards, but have revealed there are payments as recent as January of this year. Police have also revealed what was in those 26 shipping containers Knoll and Kenneth Eubanks reportedly hid in Deputy, Indiana. ISP said it found office furniture, dozens of computer equipment, and 2 pallets of dog food. ISP seized those containers earlier this month. You can read the full list of what police discovered on WHAS11.com. The Louisville chapter of the NAACP is criticizing one of the 4 proposed plans from JCPS as it looks to change student transportation next year. The organization is concerned about the possibility of cutting all transportation to magnet schools. In a letter sent to the district, the NAACP said it starkly opposes this option, saying it would further segregate JCPS schools, particularly those in West Louisville. It's threatened to withdraw its support of the district's choice zone plan if JCPS goes through with this option next year.
Taking away buses for magnet schools is going to create incredible disparities, further disparities within JCPS for the students who are most impacted by poverty, historical discrimination, and disinvestment. And we can't have that.
Parents are also concerned about this plan. They said should JCPS go through with it, they do not know how their kids will get to school.
So my son's busted his butt all of his years to get where he wanted to be, to try to go and be in Central's nursing program. There's not even a nursing program in my district. That don't sit right with me that he doesn't have the same options that other kids have just because there's not a magnet school in my district.
We reached out to JCPS about these concerns. The district said the NAACP is correct that, quote, any change to the transportation system will impact black students and students of color, saying they are the majority of bus riders and are being disproportionately impacted by the driver shortage. But JCPS went on to say we simply don't have enough bus drivers to get every kid who wants transportation to school on time, and that's got to end next school year. You can read more about the JCPS transportation plan, including all the options the district's currently considering, online at WHAS11.com. For the next few weeks, you can only go one direction on the 2nd Street Bridge. The northbound lanes from Kentucky into Indiana are closed for repairs. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet said it's fixing the railing and sidewalk on the bridge, damaged earlier this month due to a crash. We asked several drivers who use the bridge how they're handling this latest closure.
I don't know if it needs to be widened or not because I'm super scared of that bridge, you know. One mistake is done.
You need to fix it, but there's a lot of traffic, so it's just going to back the inner city up even more, and it's just going to be too much. Nobody's going to be able to get to where they're going on time.
KYTC believes repairs should be complete by mid-April. Drivers who want to take other routes can use the Sherman-Minton Bridge, the southbound side of Kennedy, or the northbound Lincoln Bridge. Well, it is time to dance. The NCAA tournament run for the Kentucky Wildcats begins tonight in Pittsburgh. The Cats taking on the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. Our sports director Ken Spencer and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton are in the Steel City, seeing how the team's staying focused amid tournament pressure.
Today's the day. It is game day here in Pittsburgh as Kentucky will face the Oakland Golden Grizzlies, the winner of the Horizon League tournament. And for the Cats, they are looking to get past the first weekend of the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2019. The University of Kentucky Wildcats. For Kentucky, it's tournament time.
It's a blessing. You know, this stuff that people dream about, you know, especially like when we kids, just this stuff you dream about playing in. So it's always a blessing just to be able to play in this atmosphere and just to step on that floor and wear this name on our chest.
How do you keep this group loose? Many of you have never been in the NCAA tournament.
Telling these guys to stay hungry, stay yourself, be yourself. Don't let other people distract you, even fans, you know, family, just lock into the team.
That just falls on trust and trust in what we do and trust in yourself on, you know, being in the gym. We've all put in the work, so we just got to stay confident and trust in the work that we've put in and just come out and do what we do.
Really just grit and wanting to do it, because if we don't play defense, we're not going to win. So I know I'm ready to play defense. I'm pretty sure my teammates know they're ready to play. They're ready to do whatever we want to win. So I feel like it's just us bringing up our intensity and wanting it and not thinking it's just going to be handed to us.
This will be the first ever meeting between Kentucky and Oakland, two teams with great offenses and suspect defenses. Should be a lot of fun. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Ken Spencer, WHAS 11 News.
We'll be watching, and don't forget ABC and WHAS 11 are your new home for the SEC. Starting this fall, every SEC football and men's basketball game will air on ABC or an ESPN network. And that means starting in September, WHAS 11 will air an SEC football game every Saturday. The SEC on ABC coming this fall.